Politics. Messy, messy, messy subject. I don't even know why I'm delving into this again, especially considering we just came off a failed impeachment thing and Nancy Pelosi is literally poison to everyone. If you're a Republican, she's poison because she tried to get Trump ousted. And if you're a Democrat, she's poison because she ran this ill-fated impeachment strategy that totally backfired in every conceivable way. By the way, I believe the impeachment might have worked had she not handled it so badly. But I'm not here to talk about the impeachment. Instead, I'm here to talk about her husband basically investing in two companies that her party has sworn to go after. And this is why politics is messy, and unfortunately, as we come closer to an election, why we will start talking about them a lot more. But first of all, hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here and you happen to really like this video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification. We upload videos on a near daily basis, not all about politics, but we do news, commentary, editorials, interviews, live streams, and you will want to be notified when those videos go up. Now then, may God have mercy on my soul right now. I'm not going to lie, folks. I don't like Nancy Pelosi. I don't. I think she is bad for the Democratic Party. I really do. For a myriad of reasons, she is bad for the Democratic Party. I'm not going to get into all those reasons why, but this is a pretty big one. Nancy Pelosi discloses her husband spent $5.52 million on Amazon Facebook stock. Now then, here's why this is important, especially if you're someone like me, who is moderate, can go left or right on certain situations, kind of depends. One of the things that I am in favor of, and you all know this watching my channel, I'm in favor of breaking up Amazon, Facebook, Google, maybe Microsoft, although they're not being really bad right now. I am in favor of breaking up these companies. I agree with Democrats way more on this issue than I do Republicans. I think Amazon particularly is dangerous. And I think Facebook is getting up there. When I found out about Facebook's little shadow profile thing, I freaked out a little bit. Which a shadow profile, in case you don't know what it is like if you don't have a Facebook account, you have a Facebook account. Facebook looks through the information of everyone who has Facebook accounts, the pictures, the posts, and they start picking up on people that aren't registered to Facebook. And once they get enough information, they determine that this individual person exists, and they create a shadow profile. And they track what that person is doing out in the real world, even if they don't have a Facebook page. That's a problem. And Amazon, well, I have gone up and beyond sharing why I do not like Amazon. And the Democrats, for the most part, agree that these companies are problems. The Republicans, not so much. Although I do think it's interesting that Donald Trump is against Amazon as well. Like, he actually shares a lot in common with Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders in that regard. Now, I think Trump's dislike for Amazon is more personal. He just doesn't like that the Washington Post, which Jeff Bezos owns, is critical of him. But the bottom line is there is some common ground there. Both parties seem to really dislike Amazon. And yet, they are investing heavily in these companies. I did a story like last year, or maybe it was last year. We're still fairly new into the year, where Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, pretty much all the Democrats were saying how like Uber and Lyft were a problem. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, like Uber like pays slave wages, I think she said once. And yet these politicians all use the service on a daily basis. Most of them have no comment. AOC gave the weakest one. Well, I might oppose it, but it's there, so I'm not going to change that, right? No. If you oppose it and you don't want it to be successful and you want it to be hurt, you don't spend your money on it. It's that simple. But anyway, so Nancy Pelosi has now disclosed that her husband spent $5.52 million on Amazon and Facebook stock. This is actually kind of a conflict of interest for a party that is making one of their running platforms going against these companies. How can you trust these politicians to break up companies that they are invested in? Let's take a look at this article. So, Nancy Pelosi disclosed a $4.8 million purchase of Amazon shares and $720,000 purchase of Facebook shares, filing in a Tuesday filing. Her husband, investor, and venture capitalist Paul Pelosi made the buys, according to Barron's. He did so by exercising call options he had held on both company stock, which allowed him to buy into both names at substantially lower prices than they were trading that day, filings and stock data shows. The Amazon options had a strike price of $1,600, nearly $300 below the price Amazon shares were trading for that day. He bought 3,000 shares. He had previously held only options at the end of 2018, according to filings. He bought 5,000 shares of Facebook, 3,000 of which had a strike price of $140 and the rest at a strike price of $150. Facebook traded around 37% above the lower strike price the day he exercised the calls. Now, why would this happen? Well, I've heard several reasons why this happens sometimes. By the way, I do love that they are advertising Roma on the Criterion Collection, because that is a wonderful movie. If you don't want to buy the Criterion, at least stream it on Netflix. But anyway, so let's go back to this. Why would this happen? Well, it's because it's basically marketing. It's kind of like how, you know how you go to a store sometimes and you want to buy things in bulk. Like, hey, I need so many of these. I'm willing to buy this many things up front, and I will pay you a little bit lower because I'm buying it in bulk. And the store says, sure, because we're not normally going to sell that many of the product. We have like a 55% markup anyway. We don't mind it being a 35% markup if we can sell a lot of it at once, and we have more money in our pocket, which we can do for expansion or more product, something like that. It's kind of the way with companies. If you... for some people, they can make like personal deals, like we're going to sell you this much stock at a bargain, basically, because you're buying it in bulk. And we get, in this case, millions of dollars up front. We can do whatever we want with it, and then you get stocks that are worth a little bit more. That's why they do it. So, on the same day, Paul Pelosi made the purchases. Senator Pelosi criticized Facebook for schmoozing with the Trump administration. See, politics are dirty. I think that they have been very abusive of the great opportunity that technology has given them, she said in a press conference, adding, "My thought about them is that all they want is their tax cuts and no antitrust action against them. They intend to be accomplices for misleading the American people with money from God knows where." Well, we know where Facebook is getting some of their money. They're getting some of their money from you, from your family. And granted, I know Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi, different people. They probably even have separate bank accounts. I acknowledge. But here's the thing. Nancy Pelosi is here complaining about money Facebook is raising. Like, hey, you're misleading the people. You are going to get this madman reelected using money from God knows where. And it's like, yeah, we're getting the money from you, Nancy, or at least her husband. Politics. All options Paul Pelosi held were set to expire January 17th, the day after he exercised them. He held 40 remaining call options for Amazon, which he sold for between $500,000 and $1 million, the filing shows. After the purchase, Facebook and Amazon took divergent paths. Amazon reached a $1 trillion valuation after announcing earnings and traded on Wednesday about 16.1% above its January 16 closing price. Though Facebook posted strong earnings, it failed to impress a market that has grown accustomed to rapid growth from the social media giant. On Wednesday, Facebook was down as much as 6.5% from January 16th close. So, yeah, there you have it. Now, I know I'm going to get some comments. Let me anticipate some of the complaints you're going to have with this video up front. You're going to point out that a lot of Republicans do this too. A lot of Republicans buy stocks and businesses. They say they're going to do something, and yet you can't completely trust them because they own vested interests in those companies. I understand that. This is a problem across both parties. It just happens to be about Nancy Pelosi this time. But here's the thing. One of, I think, the strongest things the Democrats are running on right now for the upcoming election is breaking up Amazon, Facebook, and the tech giants, because people have become more and more scared of them. They don't like to hear about these shadow profiles from Facebook. They don't like to hear about the Russian ads on Twitter. They don't like to hear that Blizzard is banning people and taking away their earnings because those players oppose what's going on in Hong Kong, but Hong Kong is investing a lot of money into Blizzard, and they don't want to get kicked out of the country. There's a lot of reasons. I lost my thought. So people are getting there's a lot of reasons people are uncomfortable with the big tech these days. They don't like how it's being run, and they are not confident that President Trump will do anything about it. For that matter, neither am I. I think he's while I do like what he's done with the market, he might be a little too friendly with the companies. But anyway, the Democrats definitely have a lot to run on with breaking up big tech. But then when you have Nancy Pelosi's husband buying stock in the very companies that all of them are planning to regulate and break up and to take care of, that does not inspire a lot of confidence. In fact, that's almost insider trading. It's like they're gonna buy it and then sell it before they I don't know. It's a major conflict of interest. I mean, I actually think, and I think this stuff should have been revealed a lot earlier, a heck of a lot earlier, but it wasn't. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave this one, because again, politics, dirty game. I anticipate a lot of thumbs down on this one. But anyway, what do you think about this? Do you think the Pelosi's are wrong? Do you believe they're right? And let's try to keep it at that, okay? That's really the issue at hand here. I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.